Welcome back to my Final Fantasy 14 Heavensward MSQ walkthrough. Let's embark on this frozen adventure together. Newbies or vets, let's soar. If you're enjoying the ride, hit that like button. Alright, let's jump right in.
Even now, I am astonished by how closely Mistress Alisaie resembles Master Alphinaud. Their very mannerisms are alike. From a distance, I should be hard-pressed to tell one from the other, until they open their mouths, of course.
Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long.
Ah, you are returned from the council. But what of Alphinaud? Did some other matter require his attention?
Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long.
Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she?
I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tadaru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition.
Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery.
Thank goodness for that.
Now, mayhap you would share with us the council's decision.
Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Aerzian alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the imperial cot between the Resistance and the Alliance.
Ida, you cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite to open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsars, while secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Ala Mhigan.
Which may equally serve as a way in.
Precisely, if all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me.
About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too.
I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal.
As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity.
Four is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What have you leve lures?
I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Kain Echo Team? Gridania will be safer for your presence. And, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on.
To hold the fort, you mean? Very well. I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. I suspect Tadaru would have little trouble facilitating communication between our forces under normal circumstances. But I concede she has her hands full nursing that resistance fight her back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come.
Tadaru and Kryl took that resistance fighter to more private chambers that she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite a state, wasn't she?
I wonder what Isildura would have to say about our wounded visitor. His own injuries yet keep him abed, and I miss savoring a cup of tea alongside his usual observations.
Mistress Kryl and Archon Y'shtola are truly exceptional healers, and 'twas an honor to witness their ministrations firsthand. If only I could tend to my brother's battle hurts with such proficiency. I have much study yet ahead of me.
Even when casting the same incantation, the mastery of each practitioner greatly affects the efficacy of the spell, a principle that was aptly demonstrated to our two young mages here.
We have some training in the healing arts, so we shall take turns with Mistress Kryl in caring for her patient. Asher in particular seems rather eager to learn from the experience.
We were all surprised by our sudden visitor, but Hari was able to gauge the situation at a glance. He realized the Mikot posed no immediate threat and permitted her to enter. But that didn't mean he wasn't alert for some manner of trap. Ah, yes, mayhap the elder is the finer man after all.
I believe she said her name was Imnago. Her cause appeared to have been genuine, but I must confess to feeling no small degree of trepidation even as I stepped aside.
I may perhaps have exaggerated my standing with the Resistance a little, but I am confident that I have a reasonable chance of putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to middling at the very least.
All I'm saying is that it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffins' fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it?
My fellow shinobi required little encouragement to take their place amongst the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They are most eager to cross blades with the armies of Garlean once more.
I am no ninja, but I did spend some few moons in the Garlean homeland learning how to move unseen. Between Ujiri and my humble self, Ida and Papalimo will be well protected.
If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorn hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top.
Are the Aetherites not a glorious invention? I can only imagine how inconvenient it must have been for adventurers when the calamity disrupted the ethereal flow and made instantaneous travel all but impossible. The Aetherite here is relatively new, of course, and this wonderful tower was built to protect it. Are the Aetherites not a glorious invention? I can only imagine how inconvenient it must have been for adventurers when the calamity disrupted the ethereal flow and made instantaneous travel all but impossible. The Aetherite here is relatively new, of course, and this wonderful tower was built to protect it. It is called Jocelyn's Spire, in honor of the captain of the first ever company of wood whalers. Fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Arcane Echo Team, there you are. Come, Amorous Ix's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall.
Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth.
Indeed, I was about to say, 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory.
Don't worry, Alphinaud will have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it.
Do make up your minds, Idas. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So, which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations.
Trust me, Papalimo, I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you.
I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Out of all the watchtowers manned by the wood whalers and guards quiver, Amrasix's spire here is the newest. Cast your eyes to the south. You see that fortress. That's why we're here, to keep an eye on the commons and goings of the Empire's curs.
Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed.
Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well.
I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind them why we bonded. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side.
"'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall?"
All has been quiet. Report what seven hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall, a full-scale assault.
So the Griffin has made his move.
Someone has.
And what's that supposed to mean?
The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors.
Impossible, we gave no such order.
course, the wall was never the Griffin's target, it was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception.
If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war.
Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporters to slip into Ala Mhigan. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Alisaie, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Kain Echo Team, we must make for the wall at once.
What just the two of you?
Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that,
Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety?
I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm.
Forward, comrades. The time has come to drive the Empire from Ala Mhigan and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Ala Mhigan will be free no matter the cost.
Out of all the watchtowers manned by the wood whalers and God's quiver, Amrasix's spire here is the newest. Cast your eyes to the south. You see that fortress. That's why we're here, to keep an eye on the commons and goings of the Empire's curs.
Milady, as per Marshal Tarupin's orders, we will provide a feint to cover your advance. May the crystal light your way forward.
From what Papillimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time.
Milady, as per Marshal Tarupin's orders, we will provide a feint to cover your advance. May the crystal light your way forward.
Stay sharp, everyone.
They've breached the castrum gates.
Repel the intruders.
Repel the intruders.
We have them outnumbered. Crush these fools.
Repel the intruders.
Seems there's fewer of them this way.
Let's clear them out.
Aerzian savages.
You're scrap metal.
Live practice progress. Deploy sky armor.
Anchor away. Anchor away. You're mine.
Sky armor.
Not so fast. Anchor away.
I hope you like it scorching. Those claws were no joke.
Impossible, this was the latest design.
Right, the outer reaches are just ahead.
Is that the switch for the platform?
Only one way to find out.
Finally over. Healing winds bring succor to all. I never miss an opening.
I'll cut you down to size.
Oh, this one's definitely dangerous.
Worry not, I'll tend your wounds.
Activating
Suppler Cerulean propulsion. Engaging enemy. Motion tracking activated. Deploying Major Tech Battery. I'll cut you down to size. Motion tracking activated. Activating Major Tech Base Laser Flare. Motion tracking activated.
I could have done without the swarm of little ones.
Structural integrity compromised. Initiating withdrawal protocol.
Those things are relentless.
We're almost to the top.
Aerzian savages.
Pull back, we must withdraw.
We've enemies on both sides.
The cinders with you.
the Griffins, soldier.
The Griffin has spoken. Kill them all.
You go no further.
If they are prepared for that move,
Death to the Empire.
Do not spoil our moment of glory.
Ready or not.
the Griffin finally shows his face.
Your scheming ends here, you bastard.
So it's Ilberd.
I'll give you a glorious end, warrior of light. Come, see what awaits you at the far edge of fate. I'll give you a glorious end, warrior of light. Come, see what awaits you at the far edge of fate.
How'd you like this? I never miss an opening. You all blind. Healing winds bring succor to all.
I'll tell you, limb from limb.
Let's see who's still I never miss an opening.
Well fought. Good games.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold! A glimpse of things to come!
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Ala Mhigan, for Eorze. They die that others may live.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines! How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run! We're cut off!
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Rolger, grant us the strength to crush our
There you are. As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ill-bird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Ala Mhigan! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
This light, is it... His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same. But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days. Alphinaud, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil. Marty, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
How many more must we lose?
I understand only too well the desire to reclaim one's homeland, but I cannot condone such slaughter.
It has been explained to me what that light represents, and I have ordered our forces to stand ready. It seems we can do little else but wait.
Every Ishgardian gets taught that the Sea of Clouds churns in the grip of the warring elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. So how did that bastard manage to get his hands on Nidrong's eyes?
Papalymo knew what he was doing. I could not refuse him.
Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo is my friend. I should have been there with him.
You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look, right before the end.
Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right, I know.
There is nothing more you could have done. Ilberd caught us all off guard. Even Kain was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you.
Don't speak to me.
Leave Ida with me. Go on, go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here.
That's all for this Heavensward MSQ segment. Thanks for joining the adventure. Like, give comments, and sub for more Final Fantasy XIV content. See you in the skies.